Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. For today's pick a card video, we are going to be taking a look at what are you creating. So when I ask this question, this basically means what are you creating for yourself, for the people around you, like what are your actions manifesting in your life. So this is going to let you know if you are on the right path, making the right choices, harnessing the energy it is that you are wanting to be harnessing in order to attract what it is that you really want. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the 4 different piles that we have here in front of us. Here we have piles 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to use your intuition to figure out which one of these has the correct message for you. And they also each have different crystals on top. So for pile 1, we have some amethyst. Pile 2, we have some carnelian. Pile 3, some labradorite. And pile 4, some rose quartz. Okay, so feel free to pause the video, take all the time you need to figure out which one's for you. Whenever you are ready, there are timestamps in the description and the comments below, so you can just skip right over to your reading. And if you're having a little bit of a struggle figuring out which card pile is for you, then what you can do is close your eyes. Whichever number 1 through 4 pops in your head first, you can go with that one. Or my preferred method is let's put your focus on this flower here and then shift your attention to your peripheral vision, and you will notice that one of these cards here just has a natural magnetic pull on your eyes. And whichever one that you feel like you can't help but look at, that is the one that your intuition is like, ding ding, that is the reading for you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, group 1, this is going to be your reading on what are you creating right now in your life. So let's go ahead and see what we have to start. Ooh, and we have the Ace of Cups coming up. So this is so cool for this to be your like main creation energy card here, because this basically means that your actions, your ideas, your thoughts, wherever your headspace is at and however you are currently moving in your life, you are creating more opportunity for joy, for love, new connections, anything that can spark your happiness, that can spark your creativity or the passion in your life. And by doing these things, you're filling your own cup, and this is just going to set you up for more success, emotional stability, emotional healing, and the light that you are filling yourself up with is becoming so bright that it's not only going to be impacting you, but it will also be impacting the people around you in a really positive, loving, exciting, happy way. So I wouldn't be surprised if you are in the process of, through this, creating like a new friend group or a new tribe, like some new people that you can trust, maybe an actual like new partnership, like relationship for some of you. Others, you may be allowing yourself to like just have more time to indulge in the things that make you happy, and you may kind of like come upon something where you're like, wow, I'm actually really good at this. I actually really enjoy this. I'm going to add more of this into my life because it makes me really happy and it feels really good. Maybe it boosts your confidence. Maybe it's an opportunity that you can like find joy in, but you're like, maybe I can make some money off of this too. So however the situation applies for you, it is creation of more love, connection, joy, happiness, all of that good stuff. So let's see what else is coming up for you. Okay, we have the Sun card reversed. So I feel like you've maybe struggled with allowing yourself to be your true, authentic self. And a lot of times when we are suppressing who we really are, that's like the opposite of filling our cup. That brings us down. That makes us feel less confident. That makes us like kind of question our actions, our words, like, sometimes everything about ourselves. If we're not being our true selves, we're not going to feel comfortable, and everything feels a lot like harder. So I think through this process, you're finally allowing yourself to be exactly who you are, And, you know, I said a minute ago, like, you are filling yourself up with a light that's just going to let you shine, and it's going to shine on the people around you. And that's exactly what the Sun card does. And with this being in reverse, this is what tells me that it has been a little bit tricky for you to fully be your authentic self. But now that you are stepping away from that and allowing yourself to shine authentically, that's how this joy is coming in. That's how you're filling your cup. You're no longer trying to be who you think you're supposed to be. You're being who you know you are. And then we have the Eight of Wands coming up in reverse here. So this means that it's time to slow down a little bit. Like, oddly enough, sometimes when we really slow down, we can actually see a lot of progress forward with the things in our life. And I feel like at this point in time, it's just meaning like slow down on your what's the word? Like maybe habit is the right word, of doing what you think would appease others. Like, slow down on that thought process. Try not to compare yourself. Try not to worry too much about what others may be perceiving you as, and allow yourself to just be in the present moment, do what feels good, and focus on your own perspective. Here we have the Three of Cups coming up. So I really do think that you're going to be making some new friendships, some new connections, through now allowing yourself to be more authentic. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here. So this means that there just needs to be a little bit more like, okay. Once you have begun stepping into your authentic self, which I feel like most of you, if you haven't already, you're definitely about to be, but most of you, I feel like you're already making these steps. So part of this is like finding your stability in your authentic self, because even though that is your true self, it's not what you're used to. So it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to put you out of your comfort zone. So making sure that you're practicing ways to keep your body grounded and feeling safe and secure. So you can do this by meditation, by like other grounding activities, going outside, connecting with the earth, you know, whatever it is that really makes you feel more at peace, that can kind of take away that anxiety to create reliability and stability in your life. And also by consistently showing up as your authentic self, even when it does feel really uncomfortable, you are creating through your like subconscious mind to trust you and believe you, because you've now said, you know what, I'm not going to hide who I am anymore. And you're staying committed to that. So you're showing yourself that you are reliable. And that is also creating stability. I do see that being something that's going to be a little bit challenging, because I mean, this is a whole process. So that's kind of why it's showing up in the reverse, because that's what's needed. And that's going to be something that you're going to be trying to balance out, is like, yes, I'm going to be my authentic self, but I really don't want to feel super uncomfortable. So figuring out how you can create more stability and reliability through this transition to being who you really are. And then we also have the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So now is the time to really look at that, like, it's almost the first reaction to like I said a minute ago, do what's comfortable, to like stay in the comfort zone, even though it's not what's serving you anymore, even though trying to be who other people want you to be is not serving you anymore. That is what's going to feel the most natural, because that's what you have been doing this whole time. So Wheel of Fortune in reverse is just, it's like a reminder to end those negative habits, end those negative cycles, because that's what's going to keep you stuck. And that's what's going to keep you feeling like life is stagnant, like you're not making progress. You'll kind of start to focus more on the lack and all of those things. But when you can stay committed to yourself and let go, like fully allow yourself to let go of old you, which is really hard, but once you can and like fully step into the true you, that's where this turns in the upright, and you're finally making that forward progress, that forward movement. You're ending those cycles, and you are becoming more abundant in many different ways. So let's do some oracle cards and see what else is coming up. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, so you're making the right moves. You're going in the right direction. It's just going to take consistency. And it's also going to take you recognizing that this is a process. So even the most micro little baby steps are still like, they should still be so celebrated, and conclusions are within reach. So the more that you stay committed to this and the more that you practice being your true self, things in life are going to become so much more clear. You're going to have more clarity on, of course, who you are, but what direction you're going in. Maybe more clarity on what your life would look like in 3 or 5 or 10 years from now. Maybe you'll get more clarity on what it is that you want to do for a living, or who you want to be spending your time with. So whatever it is that feels a little bit unknown or a little bit confusing, through this process of embracing who you really are, you'll be gaining more clarity in many other areas of your life. Oops. We also have your hard work is paying off. So yeah, definitely a good reminder that like even the most teeniest, tiniest of baby steps, still incredible hard work. You should be so grateful for that. Celebrate it. And the more that you can do that and be so proud of yourself for every little moment that you stay true to your word, which is allowing yourself to be authentically you and engage in things that are like actually fulfilling to who you are as a person, the more you can be grateful for that, the more you'll bring more of those experiences into your life. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's see what else is coming up for you. Group number 1, transition. Yeah, this is definitely a transitional period. If you're changing from being, somebody who's worried about how you're being perceived, or maybe you felt like you had to be safe, or to just get by in work or in school or around your family, whatever, and now you're going to let yourself free, that is a huge transition. I mean, literally like turning into the butterfly, more freedom. You're going to spread your wings and fly. As cheesy as that sounds, that's really true. And then here we have eudaimonia. So this also talks about things that bring you genuine joy and happiness, and making sure that your actions are aligning with the things that your heart really desires. Okay, let's do one more card. Rebirth. I love that you got this. You got transition, and now here we have rebirth. This is a huge thing that you are creating in your life. It's going to change everything. It's going to change how you view yourself. It's going to change how you view the people around you. This is very pivotal in your life. So I am very excited for you, group number 1. I can't wait to hear what you have to say in the comments below. Please be sure to give me a like and subscribe, as it really helps my channel grow. And it also lets me know that I'm doing a good job. So yeah, I appreciate you all spending some time with me here today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Group 2, this is going to be your reading on what is it that you are creating in your life right now in this current moment. So let's go ahead and take a look at what your first main card energy is. Ooh, okay. So 3 of Swords. So you are basically creating a time for healing. So this card signifies heartache and hardship and pain. This can also signify like crying, like tears. That's what the rain is kind of symbolic of. And, it's right in the heart. So this hurts. So right now you are bringing attention to where you've been hurt. You're bringing attention to who has wronged you, what situations have been unfair to you, and also being able to recognize the moments where you contributed to your own heartache, to your own suffering. So this is going to be a very important time in your life, and it's also going to be one that's a little bit heavy, a little bit difficult, but like sometimes when we go through some of the worst pain, that can be one of the most like amazing, important parts of our lives, because that's where we allow ourselves to discover things about us that we didn't know before. It also allows us to get some kind of new inspired hope and inspiration to never allow that happen to us again. So right now you are really bringing in this energy of, I'm going to face what I've been through, and I'm going to feel all the feelings. So maybe you've kind of been suppressing some things or a little bit numb to some things, but now is a time for you to really feel all the feelings and allow yourself to go through those motions and heal from it. Allow yourself to move on. Here we have the 9 of Pentacles. So this is a card of like relishing in your abundance and all the wonderful things it is that you have. Pentacles have to do with either money or the physical things in our life, like our home, our like materialistic items, our time, our energy. So this is maybe something that is really desirable to you. I mean, it should be for everybody to be able to kind of have that sense of like peace and freedom to really enjoy everything that you want so badly and have in your life. And I feel like maybe that's been something that, okay, I'm getting like 2 different situations here. These are general readings, so take which one resonates with you, okay? So one of these particular situations is going to be, I think some of you came from this, like came from being able to have a lot of what you wanted, and then something happened and life has kind of just flipped upside down for you. And then I think like the other half of you, what this is telling me is, for some of you, this is like what you have been longing for. Like you are so ready and so worthy and deserving of this feeling, but it just hasn't happened. Like life just keeps, like it feels like life just keeps bringing you a million steps back. And that's why you were just like, I don't understand why all this stuff happens to me. This feels really unfair. So yeah, those are the 2 different messages, possibilities that I'm getting from here. And then when we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, this is like a lack of clarity and a lack of direction and truth, because the swords are all about how we speak and our perspective and how we understand things. So when this card is in the reverse, this can signify like reckless thinking, irrational thinking, where you're like ruminating on all the if, ands, or buts. And so that foggies up your clarity, and the truth of what's really going on in the situation gets kind of muddled up. This can also talk about like maybe others manipulating the truth to where it's like fuzzying up your clarity and your ability to really see like what is happening. So that's where I think for some of you, like going through this heartache of one thing after another is just causing this like crazy foggy like brain right now. And then for those of you that have lost these things, that's where this like overthinking and unsureness of like, is this going to get better? Like, how did this happen? Why did this happen? And how can I get out of this? So that's where like the racing thoughts kind of come in, because it's like, what just happened? Here we have the 4 of Cups. So this is calling you to really get some introspection going on, really like dig deep and look inward, because this card is one that is connected with meditation. That like this is the guidance that kind of comes with this, because the imagery here is he's so focused on everything that hasn't worked out. He's so checked out and like disassociated just to try and protect himself, that he's missing this opportunity for joy and fulfillment and passion and motivation. That's the universe handing you this. That's your intuition trying to give you the answers. And when you're too busy focused on all this or super detached, then you're not going to be able to receive that intuitive information that you hold within yourself. So you're being called to look inward, to meditate, to journal, however that looks for you. It's time that you really get down to understanding your pain and why you're feeling it, and allowing yourself to really feel that. Like, I think that's one of the biggest things here is allow yourself to feel these really hard feelings, and know that that's okay. Like, that's not something that you should feel bad about. You shouldn't feel guilty or shameful about your situation, and also you shouldn't feel that way about feeling sad. Like, that's okay. So maybe that's part of what your intuition is trying to tell you too. Like, it's okay. You need to be more gentle on yourself. Here we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. And then lastly, the Queen of Pentacles. So the 3 of Cups being in reverse, usually that's like a card of getting together with people, celebration. And I feel like maybe you have been kind of isolated due to this situation, or the people around you just don't quite understand this situation. So that's why it can feel a little bit lonely. Or perhaps some of you haven't told the people around you that you're going through this, and that's why it feels isolating. So while I do think that there is some beneficial like things to keeping to yourself, to kind of working on this on your own, you're also like, I'm also getting the message that it's okay to ask for help and lean on others that you trust for support in times of need. And we're finishing off with the Queen of Pentacles here. And she is a card of stability, organization, abundance, like just super grounded, peaceful, calming energy. And also something to point out is the Pentacles are the slowest moving suite. So you have to keep in mind that this is going to be a process. But I see you being on a path to building financial freedom, success, abundance, the ability to feel like you are in control of your life and not life is in control of you. And it's going to be a process, but the way that you are going to get there is by facing the pain and the hurt that you've been through and allowing yourself to really feel it. Because once you can do that, you give your brain the opportunity to work past it and to do something different for you. So let's go ahead and do some oracle cards and see what else is coming up. We have eudaimonia. So this is a card that talks about joy and happiness and making sure that you're, oops, let me cover that. Making sure that you're making actions that align with what actually feels good and what makes you happy. And like sometimes people can get into this mindset of, well, there's so much that has to be done. Life isn't how I want it to be. Like, I don't have time to do fun things. I don't have time to relax. I don't have time to do anything that makes me happy. But like, that is a horrible mindset. Like, no. Make sure you're scheduling yourself time to enjoy yourself, to feel happiness, to feel peace and calm, even if there's things you have to do, even if you haven't accomplished all your goals. Like, there has to. Okay, group 2, sorry for that weird cut. My camera cut out, but let's get back to it. So your next card here is going to be discipline. So what this is telling me is that through this time of healing and addressing everything that's happened to you or has been happening to you, and now that you're giving yourself this platform to really like address it all and feel it all and heal it all and start, healing, bringing more joy back into your life, I feel like a part of that is like, it's going to be hard, obviously, and you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to push yourself to do things that don't feel easy. And so with discipline coming up, this just means that like, now is a time to come up with a realistic plan and to stick to it. So I think through this process, you're going to be becoming more reliable. You're going to be able to trust yourself more. You're going to be able to set a goal and accomplish it. And it's going to take practice. It's going to take time. It's not going to be super easy peasy the first time around. And you're still going to have some times where it's easier to not commit yourself to it or to put it off a little bit. Like, that is just normal, especially when dealing with this kind of situation. It's hard to want to face that, but you are fully stepping into this energy of facing it and healing it and bringing it to light so you can officially move past it and allow yourself to bring more into your life, no longer feeling stuck or like you are a forever victim to everything that's happened to you. So this will help you get through it, and by staying disciplined and working that disciplinary skill, that's what's going to help you get through this. And then, afterwards, you're going to be like, hey, it's actually not too bad to stay disciplined. I did it for this. I can do it for this other thing. So this is like a lifelong skill set that you are bringing into your life right now. Okay, let's do one more of these and then we'll do some more oracle cards. Oh, and then we have alignment. I love that. So this is absolutely what is meant for you. It, like I said, even though it's gonna feel a little hard, like it is meant for you. And honestly, like any change that we want in our lives, anything that we want to be different, like it's never going to be easy. So if you're getting out of your comfort zone, if it's feeling difficult, like that's how you know that you're pushing yourself for better, for more, for something greater. A fiery climax approaches. So to me, this tells me that you are going to be successful at what it is that you're accomplishing, right? Which is bringing your feelings, your experiences to the forefront and allowing yourself to feel these emotions and to really work through them. So with this being a fiery climax approaching, this just tells me that this is going to be an intense experience for you, but it's going to be a successful one and one that brings you peace. And perhaps there may be even particular people or things like, I'm going to stick with people, or like, what am I trying to say? Like groups of people, I guess that'd be another way to put it, that have caused some of these problems. And maybe some of you will even be like having conversations about it, confronting them, not necessarily like an argumentative conversation, but just want to be like, hey, like this happened, that's how you made me feel, and hold on, and I'm not I'm just letting you know what that did to me. And you know, sometimes even just saying that can be so helpful, and they may appreciate it, they may not, they may have something else to say back, but that's where this discipline comes in, to like create some boundaries and to hold them. That's another big thing with the discipline card, is like boundaries for yourself and boundaries for everybody else. But I definitely think whether you're going to be just communicating and addressing this all through with yourself or with others, it's going to be intense, but it's all leading you in the right direction. This is all for your highest good. So even though it will feel a little tricky, you're moving towards alignment. And then here we have, don't let pride get in your way. Ooh. So allow yourself to be vulnerable. Like, it's okay to say you've been hurt. It's okay to say that you've been depressed and down, or that you've had your feelings hurt, or that you feel alone, or that you feel whatever it is that you've been through. And it's okay to tell others, and it's okay to tell the people who did this to you that you are feeling this way. Like, don't be scared to be vulnerable. That is going to be so helpful for you in this journey, because that's what allows you to fully feel everything, to fully address everything, and to move forward. The more we let pride or our ego get in the way of our goals or what it is that we're trying to create, like, the farther from accomplishing it we'll get. Here we have work. Okay, so this just means that you are going to be obviously putting in a lot of work towards this, but what I really like about this card, and that it's the honeybee here, is that this also signifies success and abundance. So like, think about the working honeybee. He makes honey, and like, that is so sweet and it's so beautiful. And that's literally what you are creating here. You are creating more sweetness in your life, more love into your life, more abundance into your life. So I am really excited for you. You are definitely on the right path. And while this current time feels heavy or confusing or hard, just remember that you are so capable and so strong for even wanting to bring these things to the forefront and to face them and to allow yourself to move past them. So please keep that in mind. Please keep in mind as well that you are literally meant for this, and it'll all be okay. Whenever some things leave your life, that's just making space for even better things to come in. So please give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the way I present this content to you, and I would love to hear what you have to say in the comments. I'm going to be sending you so much love and good energy your way, because I know this isn't easy. So yeah, with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Group 3, this is going to be a reading on what are you currently creating in your life or in the people's around you life by your actions, energy, mentality. So let's get into it. Let's see what the main energy card to begin with is ooh, the star. How exciting. Okay, so this is a card of rejuvenation, like after a tough period, or after just like going through some type of experience. It could be a rough period, it could be just one that's very busy where you're kind of feeling burnt out, like something that's had an impact on your energy levels, and maybe even like on a mental level as well, that's kind of caused you to just feel like exhausted, tired. So now this is the period after that. It's where you are allowing yourself to relax, to rest, to step into this rejuvenation period. You're bringing more balance into your life. Notice how one foot is in the water, representing our emotional side of things, and the other leg is on the ground, representing our ability to stay calm and grounded and secure in our foundation. So there's a lot of balance in this card. This card is also about trust or faith. So having trust in divine timing, trusting that everything it is that you want is already yours. It's happening for you already. You just really have to believe it. So you're entering a stage of, let me say this, you are creating a life that's going to feel more balanced, that's going to feel more lighthearted. It's not going to feel so overwhelmingly busy, because you are intentionally finding ways to bring balance into your life. So you may still actually be a little bit busy, but that's okay. But your time management's going to be getting better. You're going to have an ability to schedule in that needed rest or those needed moments of maybe enjoying a hobby you like or going out with friends or whatever it is that like gives your soul that burst of energy back. And maybe for some of you, that's just like taking a daily nap. But whatever it is, like you will be making time for what your body needs to recharge, and also giving your mind what it needs to be able to relax and recharge, which is that like belief system of trust and faith that you are worthy of whatever it is that you want and it's already yours. Here we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is about skill development and working towards something. So this is definitely something that something that's important to you is like creating this balanced foundation, because the pentacles, they have to deal with the things in our physical reality. So like it can be money, it can be our home, it can be our energy, our time, it can be whatever is in our physical reality, right? And if this is about working towards something, like practicing something, staying dedicated, learning, right? I feel like you are really dedicating yourself to making your well-being, your mental health, your physical health, all of that a really big priority. So I feel like this is a time of learning and a time of implementing new like ways of living, of being. Maybe health is something that you're going to be really focused on. I feel that for a lot of you. Here we have the Hanged Man reverse. So this is a shift in perspective. So by having this focus on your health, or maybe it's not your health for some of you, maybe it's just your overall stability in your foundation, creating a reliable foundation that you can feel safe in and one that you can have balance in, right? So in order to create that, you are being called to shift your perspective, which just means that how things have been, that wasn't doing it for you. So now, because you really want this and you know that you are deserving of it, you're realizing, okay, what I was doing in the past was not working. It was maybe making me feel like really burnt out, kind of worse. So I'm recognizing that I need to shift my perspective and I need to implement new things and I need to try and do things a new way so I can actually really harness this energy and create what it is I want. So that's where this consistency, this dedication to learning a new way, implementing this new skill of like really taking care of yourself comes in. Ooh, here we have the Emperor. You're absolutely like taking control of yourself back, stepping into your power. I feel like for a lot of you, this is health related, physical health related, mental health related, just it's going to help you so much. And then here we have the Seven of Wands. So this is about standing up for yourself. So maybe the way that you are taking back control of your life and stepping into a position of like leadership and just being really sure of everything it is that you are worthy of and desiring, maybe some other people are like judging it or don't really agree with it. Maybe other people just don't understand it. And you may find yourself having to like explain what it is that you're doing or explain the why or whatever it is, and try not to let that get to you, because sometimes people just don't get stuff because they haven't had this realization or this perspective change yet. So you may feel like you're having to really stand up for yourself, but that is okay. And also another message coming through with this is like, this is you finally taking your power back and you are defending yourself. Instead of being victim to your surroundings and instead of everything just getting you down, bills, work, life, family, social, like whatever it is that's just exhausting, like you are standing up and you're fighting for yourself now, and you are going to make sure that you are providing a consistent and reliable foundation for you to feel safe and secure and being able to grow that trust. And then we have the World card reversed. So this means that there is some answers that you don't have that you are needing or seeking in this time. So I really feel like throughout this journey, you're going to be able to like, what am I trying to say? Okay. So while you are creating this more stable, reliable foundation for yourself, it's like you're going to be getting more clarity, because whenever you can allow yourself to be more rested and rejuvenated and all of these good things, you're literally clearing space in your mind to be more open to receiving answers, intuitive downloads, or just to be more connected with yourself. So maybe you're listening to your body more about maybe this could even be like you're listening to your body more about your diet or about your sleep or about your rest or your physical activity, whatever that is, right? It's not going to seem so confusing or cloudy. You're going to be able to have clarity on the situation to where you're like, oh, I can kind of tell that maybe like I'm craving this. Maybe this means my body's deficient in this other thing. So recognizing that you have the answers within yourself and you don't always have to go seeking for them, and like just get in tune with yourself, you know? And this could also look like gaining more clarity on how you can make your foundation reliable and consistent in other ways. So creating boundaries with yourself, as in like, okay, every day I'm going to do this one thing. That can be something for you, something for the house, something with your money, whatever that is that creates that trust within yourself and also adds to comfortability and reliability and a secure foundation. It could be receiving answers in those ways as well. So let's go ahead and do some oracle cards and see what else is coming up for you. Alrighty then. So here we have initiation. So it's time to take action. You are taking charge. You are literally stepping into leadership energy. So you are feeling motivated. You are ready for change. And it is time to embrace that. And then here we have perseverance. So pushing through even when it feels like it's taking a little while, or even when it feels like you are so burnt out, or, you know, whatever it may be. It's easier to do the thing that's not best for us because that's what we have been doing. So that's what keeps us in our comfort zone, especially when we're feeling tired or exhausted physically or mentally due to whatever has been going on. So it's easier to fall back into those negative habits, those bad patterns. But when you can push through and remember that you are a better you on the other side of that better choice, that is going to help you. So keep this fire under your butt, stay consistent, don't allow yourself to get off track, and just remember that like you deserve to do this for yourself. And then here we have transition. So this is absolutely a transitional period. You are elevating yourself, raising your vibration. Of course, the typical imagery here of going from caterpillar to butterfly, you will have wings so you can be more free and flying. I just would like to bring up that the caterpillar always goes through that gooey, mushy stage before he's a butterfly. And sometimes we have to go through that too. So keep that in mind. And then let's see what these cards have to say. Any other messages for you? A new romantic cycle begins. Ooh, so I think through this process, you're going to be able to romanticize your life a little bit more. You're going to be falling in love with yourself a little bit more. And through this process, you'll probably be opening yourself up to other love, more deepened connections and other relationships as well. And a fiery climax approaches. So I really see this being successful for you and you having the ability to obtain whatever it is that you want. And it may feel a little overwhelming, but that is okay because you are going to really see the benefits of that. And it's just going to be like, whoa. And then here we have wisdom. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier, that you have a lot of these answers within yourself. You really just need to connect more with your mind and your body. That way you can tap into your intuition and really listen to it and feel like, what does my body need? What does my mind need? What does my home need? What does my money need? All of that kind of stuff. You have so much insight within yourself. And once you get that intuitive download to kind of push you in the right direction, that's when you can start doing research or whatever it is to kind of help you exactly figure out how to implement that new information you got. So group number 3, that's a super exciting reading for you that we just did. So sending all the love your way. Can't wait to hear what you have to say in the comments. And please give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed my content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, group 4, this is going to be your reading on what are you creating in your life. This is based off your current energies, mindset, actions, all of that. So let's see where this is going. Let's take a look at the main energy card. Ooh, the 2 of Swords in reverse. So you are no longer being stuck. You are making the conscious decision to make a choice. And that choice is to cut out what isn't working, to get rid of the baggage, to get rid of anything that you feel like is holding you back, that's bothering you, that's in the back of your mind where you're like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I let go of this? I don't really know. That sounds kind of uncomfortable, but like, that's what keeps you stuck here, blindfolded, stuck in between your thoughts and these choices that you could be making, just wondering about the ifs and the what could be's and all of that, right? But now you're not being stuck anymore. Like, you are making a choice, and that's incredible, because not making a choice, that's what's going to keep you stuck forever. So making a choice, even if it's one that you're like unsure about, oh my gosh, at least you're making forward movement. That's huge. And then once you make a choice, you can assess, is this the right choice? What direction is this taking me in? And then you can go from there. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is about long-term view. So I feel like whatever is going on in your life that you're feeling or had been feeling indecisive about, you're really having this ability to look at the long-term view of your life, what it is that you want, how you want to feel, and you're taking those feelings, that information, and that is what's driving you to be able to make this conscious decision of whatever it is that you're wondering. And when we have the Pentacles here, this has to do with like our foundations, our money, the materialistic things in our life, our home, our health, our time, our energy. So perhaps whatever it is that you're looking at is maybe you're looking at cutting out bad habits, toxic people, anything that's going to make you feel like you're stuck or unstable or unsafe. Looking at that long-term view of, if I were to do this any longer, this is going to cause some damage to my body, to my mental health. And then here we have the Temperance card. So through this decision, you're going to be bringing in more balance and peace into your life. And the Temperance is all about patience as well. So I feel like you're going to be stepping into this energy that just has a much easier time, like just having trust and faith in the situations and recognizing, like, you know what, it's happening in divine timing. I'm going to do everything I can to remain peaceful and balanced in my life. So making sure you're being balanced with your actions, balanced with, again, like your time, what you're spending your energy doing, all of that sort of stuff. Because when you can do that and just say, I'm just going to do me, I'm going to be the best I can be, and everything will fall into place, that's like the key there. And then we have the Four of Swords in reverse. So this talks about like overthinking, overanalyzing situations. So this may be an obstacle that comes up throughout this process, but that's pretty normal. So whenever you do make a new decision, especially when it's a big one that's like going to impact you for your whole future, it's very natural to overthink it and second guess it. And like I said earlier, like think about all the what ifs or the what could have beens or should I have done this, blah, blah, blah. So that's just an obstacle that's coming up for you, but don't let that discourage you. That's just an opportunity to practice like all the things that you want, which is balance, faith, and also the ability to recognize, like, when I'm making a new decision, it's gonna feel uncomfortable, but being out of your comfort zone, that's where some of the best change happens. And here we have the Four of Wands in reverse. So this means that there's a breakdown in communication, and the Four of Wands often have to do with like family, home. So what this is telling me is that there's probably something in your home dynamic that doesn't feel right, and that's what you're needing to really focus on, needing to cut away. Maybe there's going to be some conversations that has to happen in the home that are going to be like, look, this is what I'm thinking, this is how I'm feeling. We either need to do this, or I'm going to have to make my own decisions and do this and this, because what's going on right now is not what's best for me or for us or for the home or for the family, however that looks like for you. So that's where that breakdown in communication comes from. Now, if this doesn't have to do with other people, this breakdown in communication is going to be with yourself, because over here is all the overthinking, all the unsureness, all the doubt. And then here, breaking that down in communication, try journaling with yourself. Try understanding, why is my brain thinking these really negative things? Or why do I keep going back to wondering if I made the wrong choice or the right choice or blah, blah, blah. Break that down and really like discover what is going on. Is it coming from a place of fear, anxiety, past experiences, other perspectives people are putting onto you, or is it coming from something else? So just allowing yourself to really explore that. Here we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So this is calling you to slow down. Don't make these decisions too quickly. Like don't make these decisions when you're feeling really emotionally charged. Make this decision in an off time from that, and allow yourself to slow down, because oddly enough, the more you slow down, the faster things are going to fall into place. So the less force it is, the more you just kind of, as much as you can, tap in with yourself, see what feels right, see what sounds right, and go with the flow, but make conscious decisions, conscious actions to align yourself to that, but not trying to force it. That's what will allow things to go as smoothly as they possibly can. Easier said than done, but that is the guidance being given here. So let's see what other messages are coming up for you. Oh, here we have momentum. So I love that this came up even though we just had this slow down card. Because like I said, you're still like moving in the right direction. And even like these little cubes, these little cubes represent teeny tiny baby steps, and recognizing that even the smallest bit of conscious effort towards a new direction is something to be so grateful and so proud of, because that's still like a huge accomplishment. You're still moving in the right direction, whether it's small or big. Here we have abundance. So through this process, through this decision making, whether it's communicating with others to come up with a plan or communicating with yourself to come up with a plan, you will be creating more abundance in your life, more abundance of freedom, love, peace, money, all of that good stuff. You're going to be creating a more stable, reliable foundation through this conscious effort. Intuition, look at that. Tap into your intuition. You know what is best for you. You have the answers. You just have to open yourself up to receiving this information. And again, like really, I think meditation could be something really helpful for you, because I feel like, again, if you start to do too much of this thinking when you're feeling really emotionally charged, that could kind of backfire on you. And then a time for healing. So when you address these things in your life that feel like it's not going the way you want it, or when you've been feeling stuck and you want to be unstuck, that's healing. Like, you are now respecting yourself, your own wants, needs, desires more than you ever have before, because now you are taking initiative and action to change your environment, to change what's around you. Conclusions are within reach. So know that, like, you are literally exactly where you're supposed to be, even if it feels weird. And with the direction this is going in, you will have all the answers you need. So anything that you feel unsure about, or like let's say you're still not exactly sure what choice it is you need to make. Maybe after this reading, you have a little bit of an idea which way you're leaning, but maybe you're still not sure. So try and tap in with your tuition a little bit and see what that tells you. That'll probably give you your answer. That's probably why conclusions are within reach, because you're like, maybe I know, but I'm like kind of second guessing myself. Like, something's going to really solidify your choice here very soon. Okay, we're having 2 come up. I've just been doing one of this deck, but we'll do 2 for you. So here we have wisdom. Also talks about intuition and trusting that, having that inner knowledge. So love that for you. And then we also have care. So recognizing that you can do all of this while still being kind, caring, empathetic, and loving to yourself and the people around you. And to recognize that, like, you need to make sure that you're dedicating time for self-care. That way it's a little bit easier to get through these difficult moments, or to get through the hard decision making. And the more self-care that you can allow yourself to have, and that you can allow yourself to enjoy, the easier it is to tap in to your intuition. So group 4, that is your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to hear what you have to say in the comments. And please give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the way I present this content to you, as it helps my channel grow. And it also lets me know I'm doing a good job. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.